Hey guys, it's Allison from TV Ministries. I just wanted to share a little bit with you about some favor that's been in my life this summer as far as my job opportunities have gone. At the end of the semester in the spring, I felt like God was calling me to apply for a camp counseling position for the summer. That would require me to quit my job at school, the one that I would need in the fall, to go and work for the summer. But I just really felt pulled to do that, so I applied, I got the job, I went and moved everything up to Northern Illinois, did a week of training, started my first week as a camp counselor, and then just felt like God was calling me back home, back to Champaign. And I was really confused as to why He would have me go through all the trouble in the first place to apply and to move everything up there, go through the training, but I trusted that that's what He wanted for me. And so I went and talked to my supervisor, had just prayed that she would have some kind of heads up that I was leaving, and she said that she had been praying and just felt in her spirit that I was going to be quitting, that I was going to be leaving, and she was surprised that it had taken me so long to do it, but she was totally understanding, just knew that that was God's plan for me. And so I called my old job just to see if they would have hours for me for the summer, and they said they'd been way too slow, they wouldn't really have anything open for me. So I started looking for other jobs before I moved back, and the day that I was supposed to leave the camp, I got a call from my manager from my old job saying someone had quit and I could have all of their hours for the summer. So I was excited to do that, but still really confused as to why I had felt like God was calling me to go to the summer camp in the first place. I thought maybe I just heard Him wrong. So I moved back home, and a couple days after moving home, I actually got a text message from one of the girls that had been a co-camp counselor with me. And she said, "I don't know if you realize the impact you had in your 2 weeks that we knew each other, but I just feel like God placed you at that camp for me." She said that she had grown up in a Christian home, went to a private Christian school, knew God, had walked with Him for a long time, but had kind of fallen away when she got to college. She said that it was just encouraging to see someone who talked about their faith and walked it out, and she realized that she could follow God in college, that it wasn't impossible, that other people were doing it, and that she could make an impact on the people around her. And she said that she believes that if for no other reason that I was up at that camp to show her what God was calling her back to. So that was crazy confirmation and encouragement for me from God, just showing me that He had called me up there, that I had heard His voice, that I had been faithful in responding, that He had used me in doing that. And so once I was back at home, and I was able to volunteer at a vacation Bible school at my church, and I was really just planning on volunteering more with the kids. I'm interested in children's ministry, and going into my last year of college, I've been kind of nervous about what I'm going to do when I graduate. And so I just prayed that God would kind of plug me into the church, that I would have opportunities open there within the next year, just before I graduated. So I did my week-long vacation Bible school as a leader, and the next week I actually got an email from the children's pastor, and she said, "You know, we loved having you at Vacation Bible School, and this position just opened up for an administrative assistant position, and I was wondering if you'd be interested in filling that." It was amazing because I didn't know her ahead of time. I hadn't had any interaction with her. She didn't know much about me, but she said she felt like I would be someone that would be good to fill that position. And it's just crazy the way that God's been answering my prayers just automatically. Like He gives His kids promises. So anything that God has promised you, just stay faithful to that. When you hear Him telling you to do something that sounds crazy, that sounds completely opposite of what would make sense, just listen and just take that leap of faith, because He's got so much in store for you. His plans won't fail, and He has your interests in mind. He's got a way better plan for you than you can even imagine. So be encouraged in that, and just be faithful in the little things.